Welcome back after a short break. I'm back again, streaming in the Discord, and those videos are coming to you straight from the live streams. As always, we're kicking it off with the Bitcoin update, sponsored by my favorite broker, Eightcap. Give them a like, give them a follow, give them a try, and trade from your TradingView screen. Now, let's dig in and see what the market has done and what I think it may be doing in the coming days, weeks, and months. So with Bitcoin, I always start with the Eightcap chart. I use this. Sorry, what's happening with my screen here? Can you just confirm that you see the chart with Bitcoin, yeah?
Just loading it up now. I've got yes, I can see it, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'm recording as well, which is great. So let's get to it. First of all, yeah, you know that this is my broker. I trade with them, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, pressing those two buttons, whether you want a long or short. But just because I have few charts and they have different levels as well, and I look at them differently, just to see, this one was a little bit cleaner. And from the previous streams, we knew this yellow box was here and it was scaring us for a while. This is a weekly chart, so those candles are a little bit more scarce, but we know how many times we've hit this line around this level. And as a rule of thumb, as many times, it's like when you're walking on thin ice, if you keep poking it, it's going to. Same thing happened with Bitcoin and this support, and we basically came all the way down to around, it was 17, and I think 500 something of, well, it's on this chart, it's 619. And my question remains whether this is a bull trap and we're going to basically come down to get that wick again and see lower, because once we break below the next logical level, as you can see, this was the previous all-time high, we went below that. The next logical levels would be in around the 12,000 mark. Of course, there are people talking about even lower. As always, there's a lot of uncertainty and FUD in the market. Now, another question obviously is this maybe a bear trap, and we are actually trying to scare people to, get to commit to shorts, and we're never going to see any lower. We also have to take into consideration everything else that's happening in the world economy and looming recession, and predicting what's going to happen next is not my strong suit, and I always avoid it. So maybe going into this is I think delta chart, doesn't matter, it's just different levels. Hold on a second, there's one I had different levels marked. Again, as always, when I'm streaming, my computer starts lagging. Don't know why. I need to clean it up a bit. Come on. Okay, we're on it. All right, I didn't even mark those lower levels here. But we're going to go down to daily and turn some indicators on. We know the price levels we were looking at earlier on. So on the daily, maybe go back to weekly again on this actually as well, just to see the EMAs, what they look like on the weekly. Sad. I mean, when we see those, obviously those big red and green vector candles, again, we saw this drop. The green candles here to the left, every bit of it was soaked by that red candle again. And like you can see here, just ties up with what I was saying there. If we drop down, you see that this is where a lot of money is also sitting, because that's what those indicators show us. Currently, if we want to see Bitcoin give us any sign of reversal, what we need to see is obviously higher lows, and Bitcoin closing higher than the day before, and giving us some better volume and some strength. I'm just going to turn this VIP alpha at, because it is a very good long outlook indicator with macro indicators basically giving us some sort of, you know, idea again for the bottoms, reversals, etc. And as you can see, this is a daily chart. This printed, the reversal had printed here. We're still seeing the red dots above the candles, and the candle, this one didn't close higher than the reversal candle. This one did. So we're kind of in this week going to be looking, you know, at this strength. Sorry, yeah, this is a daily chart. So this is obviously today's candle printing. I can go out and have a look at what it looks like on the weekly in a second. But what we want to see is a flip of those dots at minimum and see them below and obviously turn green. There was a sell pressure here. That's what the indicator was telling us. Closing above obviously previous candles, possible consolidations, but reclaiming all that big drop back again and back to 30,000 is where we want to see. Just get rid of this for a second and I'll just show you that any hope of, you know, coming back up above the 22.5 and grabbing this liquidity, we could then maybe, you know, talk about higher levels. But it would be interesting to see what Bitcoin does when we come up to the 15 EMA here on the daily. And are we going to, like you can see, this is where that resistance would be sitting at around to 22,600. Is that going to act as resistance, reject, to go back down? It's going to be our drop level 3, 4 at this point, I don't know. Or are we going to actually break above and grab all that money? So clear resistance would be just below the 30,000.